He pushed away the thought and stood up. He skimmed his hand through his dump log and left the study, popping down on the empty bed. He wished he had the soft pillow to hug. Jungkook, at the thought which started to cloud his mind out again, he tossed and turned around a few times before getting up and dialed the number. The least he needed right now was to listen to the voice. Hello? A sign except his lips headed to the gentle voice, ahem, which turned him into within a second. Was they sleeping already? Without him? So, he grumbled at that nation. Why did you not come? He inquired Goofy. Huh? I told you, Jungkook, I will come tomorrow. The soft whisper came across the other end, followed by a yawn, and Jungkook found. Were you sleeping? I want to, but Appa is making me watching these stupid documentaries. He disappears this strange voice, even without saying he knew. They had his plump lips in a pout and his amber eyes within a square. His little cute nose was discredited. The imagination of being rated. He felt an insane impulse to see they. In the next minute, he found himself grabbing the car keys and leave the villa. I'm coming to accompany you then, he said. Huh? Here? Yes, he confirmed before cutting the call and jogging to the car. He had lost it. Deon. Yes, Uma, I'm here, they said, follow her mother's voice into the lounge when he stepped at the person in front of him. They didn't think he was so serious about arriving, but that man sitting on the leather sofa declared otherwise. He would clean the pen and shirt that clenched his muscle form. His messy hair was brushed back, a few stand on his forehead. Didn't feel like his heart was flutter when he found his arms. Theon, call you Appa. Jungkook is here. Her mother broke that, and they nodded, rushing into their parents' room. His cheeks fluttered, and they heard a deep chuckle behind him. They found, tapping his cheeks. He was supposed to be angry, but they hummed with a sign and smear. They was enjoying making him suffer. The giggled, remembering how he had been asleep 2 feet away from him that night. They had a little argument. It was watching his huge man for a yet cute part. Jungkook's lips curled up when he watched him enter with his father. Their own wear was a brown pajamas. Hello, Jungkook. Son, how are you? Mr. Kim bam, and he shook his the son-in-law hand. I'm fine. How are you, uncle? He responded, dating away to him. I'm fine, son. Mr. Kim said and seated with him. They exchanged as Miss Kim questioned if he had dinner, and Jungkook spoke his head, and she rushed into the kitchen. They followed her mother. In a few minutes, they had set the table, and everyone was set their dinner. Jungkook was paused, but Jungkook seated behind him. It was how his mood hid. In mere second, he had witnessed that Theon was with him. They were still going to anger. His clenched a hand under the table, and Theon groaned at him. He chuckled and continued his conversation with his parents. If he didn't acknowledge him, Theon tired, feeling his hand by tightening his hold. His thumb tickled their finger, hand, and they said just after a few tries he crept for steadily. The dinner was pleasant, followed by the tea session. Mr. Kim then asked Jungkook to rest and it was late for both of them went to their room, leaving the young couple to themselves. Theon took his room without any word, and Jungkook paused. He let out a shut door behind him, and they entered their room. They glared at the bare eyes and turned away, making him frown. He watched as they prepared the bed and disappeared in the bathroom without looking at him. They were still. He cried, gazing a hand through his hair. The young showered and wrapped his damp hair into a towel. They stepped out of the bathroom just to watch Jungkook in front of him. He seemed as he was being standing in the same position. They clicked his tongue and looked away from his gaze. Where are you going? Before they could move, to pass Jungkook held his elbow and pulled him back. Taeyong attempted to move, but he held his hand. Why are you not talking to me? He grumbled, squeezing his little hand. The eyes roamed at the feature. His lashes flamed as they refused to look at him. Taeyong, he rasped. You don't know, they finally said, and his eyes at him. Jungkook glanced into that gaze and released a sign. He clamped a soft damp lips he had missed, and he leaned to place a peek on these sweet lips. At his eyes, what are you doing? Move! They shifted away, but Jungkook snaked his arms around his waist and pulled him closer. The breath was clamped, and he rubbed his nose against him. His warm breath was fanning his face. Jungkook, they placed his palm on the broad chest and felt his heartbeat, that a state of his soft hair on his finger. Talk to me. They shook his head, alligating his snug touch. Stop being mad, my love. You're killing me here. Jungkook whispered on his lips as he called. At hand were gazing slightly to the lower back. I want to sleep. They turned, hid his face away from Jungkook, and clenched his jaw. His hand was loosened, but they to hide under the blanket. Taeyong removed the corner of his face once, and they heard a door click and released a huff. They placed a hand on his thumping heart and clicked his tongue. It was important not to melt, but under his blazing touch, they was not really mad at him. They was aware that it was a. They had been sure to inform. They just found to be angry with him and watched his adorable expression. They shut his eyes as soon as they heard the door click again. The bed deep beside him, and they bit his lower lip. They heard him shuffle forward, finally settle. A few moments passed before they felt a sharp on back of his tongue. Jungkook tapped his finger at back. His lips were found a sweet pout. He needed in his arm. He wanted to feel the. What is it? They questioned without turning, and Jungkook grumbled. Come here. He tugged at the blanket covered they and smiled at the dawn. Oh, poor baby. What is it? They said, and the expression on his face were around to look at him. Come here. Why? It's hurting. Jungkook whimpered. What is hurting? They questioned, peeling off the blanket for him. Here. They pointed toward the heart, and Taeyong bit his inside of the cheek, and a smile. I am not a cardiologist, Jungkook. They spoke with amusement, and Jungkook, to heart flutter, see his adorable part. Only you can treat this issue, Dr. Taeyong, he said, and glaring at the lace, his fingers through hit him. What do you want? They inquired, his eyes at the amusement. I want you, Kim, and explained. They fluttered at the reply. Jungkook brushed the baby hair from his forehead, and they stared at him. His hand would cup his cheek softly. Stop being mad, he murmured, causing the inside to flip at his hoarse voice.